Hello everyone, welcome. I'm doing a video today that I've already covered twice. I've covered it on my VOD channel, I've covered it on my Brooklyn commendation video on this channel, but people are still very confused. So what are they confused about? Well, it is this commendation. If we go to progression, commendations, service, scroll down to the Brooklyn, it's a Control Point one. There it is, Control Point Conqueror Merit. So people are struggling with this. Even with the videos I put out, they're still struggling. So what I thought I'd do is a video with minimum edits. There will be some edits in this today, but very minimum. You won't be missing anything that I do to get this done. So I'm hoping this way it'll be very clear and you'll be able to get it done. So it is awarded for liberating every control point in Brooklyn from all hostile factions. You got to defeat every faction at every control point in Brooklyn, which means there's 4 to do for the Rikers, 4 to do for the cleaners. So what does that mean? Well, if we bring up the Brooklyn map, what we're going to do is reset this map and show you how the control points lock naturally. So we'll reset control points. And there we go. With them reset, you can see that the 2 control points up here in Dumbo are both cleaner control points. You can see the 2 control points in Brooklyn Heights are both Riker control points. This is how they are as standard, and you need to go and take over these as they are. So go ahead to all 4 of these control points, take over all 4, make them so they're green on the map, so call in the flare and defend them, make them green. Once you've got all 4 of these green, when you go back to the commendation, you'll be 2 out of 4 on both of the Rikers and the cleaners. You're halfway there. This is the bit that gets tricky. What you need to do now is make these 2 Riker control points, and you need to make these 2 cleaner control points, and then you need to take them over, and that will get you 4 out of 4 on both for the commendation and unlock the commendation. So this is where we're going to show you exactly how to do it. Now I brought along a friend with me because this is easier to do if you have a friend, but you don't need to have a friend. It's just that there's a bit of a lottery at some point, as you'll see as we go, as to which one the cleaners are going to take over when they're attacking the Rikers, and which one the Rikers are going to take over when they're attacking the cleaners. You'll see what I mean as we go. We're going to show you exactly how to do it. Now make sure your map is on normal. If it's not on normal, you can change it, global difficulty, normal. It just makes sense to do this on normal. And what we're going to do first is we are going to change the cleaners to Rikers. And how we do that is we're going to take over, well, we're not going to take over, but we're going to half take over the Riker control points. Now, what I mean by that is we're going to go to both control points. We're not going to call in a flare, and we're going to clear them. This will leave both of these control points white. You'll see as I go, they'll both be white, and once they're both white, the Rikers are going to attack to try and take over a control point. Because we don't have access or control of these control points, they're not going to attack these, which will force them to attack one of the cleaners. When they attack one of the cleaners, we're going to help them and make them turn it into a Riker control point. Once they do that, we're going to take it over, and that's how we're going to take over a Riker control point on these. And that's where the lottery comes in, because once they've done one, we then need to do exactly the same again to try and make them do the other one. And that's where it's a little bit of a lottery, because they could go to the same one that they've already done. And this is why I brought Lady Rock along, because we're going to both set up our maps and we'll have 2 chances of them going to the control point that we need them to. That's just a brief of what we're going to be doing now. It's going to be quite a long video, because like I said, it's going to be minimum edits. I'm going to do this for you now. Even though I've already done this, I'm going to do it again, and you can see exactly what I do. So let's unmute Lady Rock and let's get going. So Lady Rock, we're ready to go.
Hello.
Hello. So we're going to go and take over... You with me, yeah? We're going to go and take over the Cadman Plaza.
Yep, I'm with you.
And we're not going to call in a flare, okay?
Okay.
No flare. It says to call nearby allies in. Don't do that. Just kill all of the enemies at the control point. We do not want to call our allies in. Okay. One more enemy, I think, and this one's done. Control point cleared. So when nobody's attacking the control point, because we didn't call in nearby allies or anything like that, you won't need to defend. Nothing, no extra enemies are going to spawn in. You'll just clear it, and you'll notice that the control point's gone white. That's what we're trying to get it to do. Stacy's currently doing this one up here, so we'll go and join Stacy and get this one done as well. Okay, control point cleared. So we've done the 2 control points we need to clear. Both are white. What me and Stacey are going to do now is fast travel to the bridge. And we're just going to sit here and wait for the Rikers to, well, when it lets me fast travel, says we're still in combat. We're going to wait for the Rikers to make an attack. They'll make an attack, and because these control points are white, they won't attack these 2. It'll force them to go to one of the cleaner ones. And all we do is wait here with the map. We just wait until we see a gun icon. So this bit I will edit in the video because you don't need to watch us wait. Okay, so this just took like about a minute, if that. And the Rikers have started attacking. You know the Rikers have started attacking because you see the gun icon. Now this spawns a long way away. You got to wait ages for this. But attacking control point. And you can see it says Rikers. These are going to run all the way past here. Now if these were green, they would go for one of these. This is why we're making them white. They won't attack them if they're white. They'll bypass them, head into cleaner territory, and they are going to the warehouse. So this is going to turn into a Riker control point once they get there. But we're going to help them. It's not a guarantee. Now, you can just watch the whole process from the map. You can watch that gun, go over to the control point and take it over. But there's a chance when they're there that the cleaners will kill them. And if the cleaners kill the Rikers attacking it, well, the cleaners has defended it. It stays at cleaner control point. And we don't want that. We want the Rikers to win. So we could go ahead of time, but I found if we go ahead of time, it can take a while for them to take it over. So what I do instead is I'm going to wait for that gun to get to that, engage with that control point. It's going to take a few minutes because they're miles away. But once they're engaged with it, that's when I'm going to go and help them take it over. Because then it happens instantly when I do that. I'll help the Rikers take over the control point, and it'll turn into a Rikers control point instantly. I will show you how I do that when they get there. I am just going to edit this out again because you don't need to watch me. Well, you don't need to wait and watch them get there. So with the edit, you can see that the gun is nearly there now. We're going to wait for it to engage with it, though. And like I said, you can just try your luck and see if they win and turn it into a Riker control point. But there is a chance they'll lose or stay a cleaner. So as soon as this gun locks in with this control point, we're going to fast travel to that safe house, and I'm going to go and help the Rikers. I'm going to help the Rikers take over it. And to do that, you're just going to make sure you don't kill the Rikers. You'll go to the control point. You'll see me do it now anyway. And I'll kill all the cleaners with the Rikers. This is why you want the map on normal as well, because the Rikers are still going to attack you. But you don't want to kill them. So you don't want it to be heroic, because that'd be a nightmare. So once this locks in now, what I mean by lock in, you'll see that the gun's still moving. So it's not quite locked in and not on attacking the control point just yet. But once that gun stops, they'll be on that control point and they will be attacking it. And that's when we're going to go and help them. And there we go. That gun is now locked in. They are in combat. So I'm going to select that control point. I'm going to go over to the safe house and we're going to go and help them out. So we're just approaching the control point now. You can see the red gun icon. You know they are engaged. The cleaners are currently defending the control point against the Rikers. And we're going to make sure all the cleaners die. We can see some Rikers here. So we're going to make sure we don't shoot at the Rikers. We're just going to take out cleaners. This on normal, so you do want to be very careful with that.
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby.
And because the control point is getting attacked, this time you will need to go through the defending of the control point as well. You'll kind of clear the control point. You'll defend the control point. And after you've done that, that is when it will turn into a Riker control point. So the control point has been cleared. Now it'll say defend. We'll try and see where that spawn comes from. There we go. I think they're coming over from here.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
A little bit easier when defending if you can just catch where they spawn from. And they're the opposite side now. Notice I was leaving the Rikers alone. But once we clear the defense now, this is going to turn into a Riker control point. And there we go. assault the control point just came up on screen. If we just go to the edge, you'll see it is controlled by the Rikers. We have just helped them take over it, and we can bring up the map, and you can see that it's also a Riker control point. So we're now going to take this over and make it green. Stace, you can jump on with me.
Civilians in danger.
I'm just going to take it over like a normal control point now. And kill all the Rikers. And we can even call nearby allies as well. We do need to do this to take it over. So we will fire that flare. There we go. Control point taken over. So we just took over that as a Riker control point. And providing you've already done those two, like we discussed earlier on in the video, and you made them green before as Riker control points, you're on 3 out of 4 Rikers. We now just need to get the Rikers to take over this control point to farm. And to do that, what we're going to do is head back to the bridge settlement. Now, this is where it's a lottery. And this is why I got Stacy with me, because if it doesn't work out, we're going to go through this whole process again, and we're going to do it on separate maps, so it gives us 2 chances of them picking that one next time. But while it stands like this, the Rikers or cleaners are going to attack next. Now, if it's the Rikers, because those 2 are white, they'll pick one of these 2 again. They'll either go to the one that we're in control of, or they'll go to the one that the cleaners are in control of. So it's just a bit of a lie. We've got to wait and see what they choose. But also at this point, the cleaners could also attack now. The cleaners might choose to attack the one that we own. So we'll just wait at this point, and we'll see. So after waiting a few minutes, a gun never respawned. I'm pretty sure when we were like testing this a few days ago that we did get a second one to spawn in at this point. But at this point, it'll be quicker just to reset and go again. So we're going to do that. Now, this is why I said bring a friend if you can. Because what we're going to do now is Stacey's going to leave group. Stace will go to her own map. So you can do that now, Stace. And we're both going to get our map set up like we just did. We'll be doing exactly the same again. So I'm going to go into global settings. I'm going to reset my control points. Now when I set my control points, we're just going to get it set up like we just did. We're going to get the 2 white control points here on this side of the map to force the Rikers to attack this side of the map. But it is going to be a lottery, and this is why Stacey's going to be doing the same on her map. So hopefully on one of our maps they'll attack the one that we want them to attack, because we've already done the warehouse now. We need the Rikers to attack the farm. So yeah, every time we do this, if they attack the warehouse again, we've got to reset and go again and keep on repeating the process. So I've already shown you how to make these go white. I'm not going to show you how to do that again. I'm going to edit this out now, but I'm just going to go and make both of these white again to force the Rikers to attack. Okay, so we've just done exactly what we did earlier. We went to the 2 control points. I've made them both white, and this is going to force the Rikers to attack one of these 2 control points again. We really want them to do the farm. Stacey's done exactly the same on her map. She's made these 2 white. So we've got 2 chances on both of the maps now of one of the maps where they attack the farm. If they attack the warehouse, then we need to just rinse and repeat. And this is the annoying part of this commendation. It is just a bit of a lottery at this point. The more people you've got helping you, the better, because eventually on one of the maps they will attack the one that you want to. But we're just gonna sit tight and wait for the gun to appear. Okay, so the gun has just spawned in on my map. Is going to the one we don't want it to go to. So while Stacey's still waiting for her gun, I do just want to try one more thing here. What I haven't tried is if I can reset that gun. So I'm going to fast travel to like Washington DC, and we're going to fast travel back and just see if it resets it, because this might be a better way of doing it when you get to this point where it's a lottery of which one they go to. If you just fast travel to a different map and back again to reset it, it'll save having to go through the whole process of making the control points white again and resetting the map. This will just be that little bit quicker. Okay, so that worked. By going to DC and then coming back, the gun has spawned in again. We still got our white control points, obviously. And this time, it is going all the way over to the farm where we want it to go. So that's a top tip. That's something we just tested out for the first time now. So yeah, if the gun goes to where you don't want it to do, you don't need to reset and go again. Just travel to a different map, either to DC or New York, come back, and that will change well, give you a new gun. The gun can change directions. That's a much quicker way of doing it. So Stace, as your gun on your map is probably got to go to the wrong location, you can jump back on me. I'll chuck you an invite. And
Yeah, it's going to the warehouse.
it is. Okay, I'll chuck you an invite. You can jump on my map. And then if you got different people trying like we have here with me and Stacy, you can both just keep on doing that. Just keep on changing your maps until you get the gun that you want, basically. So we are going to do the same thing now, though. I am going to wait for that gun to travel all the way across the map to get to the farm. And when the gun gets there and it's engaged, that's when we'll fast travel and we'll go and help the Rikers take over the farm. So the worst part of this is literally just sitting here waiting for the gun to travel across the whole map. But it's there. We're just going to wait for the gun again to engage with the control point, and we're going to go and help the Rikers take over it, just like we did with the warehouse. We're doing exactly the same with the farm. And it'll be the same scenario. Once we help them and we leave some Rikers alive, we clear out all the cleaners, the control point will change into a Riker control point right away. I just don't want to go before it's engaged, though, because in prior testing, it did mess up. So we just want to make sure that it's fully engaged. And you know that when the gun stops moving. So there we go. Gun stopped moving. They are definitely engaged in attacking that control point. So we're going to mark it. I'm going to make my way over there. And I'm going to help the Rikers out. Just like before, we can see the gun is attacking the farm, the control point. We're going to not shoot any Rikers. And we're just going to clear out the cleaners. We have cleared the control point. So now we just need to defend it again because it's being attacked. There will be a defense space. We'll try and catch where these spawn in.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I think we've caught it. And there we go. Assault the control point. We've cleared all the cleaners. We've got area controlled by Rikers. If we bring up the map and double check, you'll see that this is now a Riker control point. So Stacy can jump on me. We are going to take over this control point now. And this time, again, we will fire the flare because we want to take this over.
Reinforcement.
And just like that, we've made it green. And we've done all of the Rikers. So we did the 2 Rikers at the start of the video. We said to take them over when there were Riker control points. We've then done the whole process for Rikers to take over the warehouse. We took that over, and then we did it so they took over the farm, and we took that over. So the Rikers will now be on 4 out of 4, and now we need to do the same for the cleaners. So what we're going to do is we are going to reset the map, make all the control points red again. So I'll just do that by resetting the control points. So this time with the control points reset, we're doing exactly the same as we did. We're going to be making both of the cleaner control points white this time. That way it's going to send the cleaners out to attack, and the cleaners will attack the Riker control points. Exactly the same what we just did, just reverse. So I'm going to head to the warehouse and make that white. Stacy, do you want to head to the farm and make that one white? And we'll get both of the control points how they need to be. So I'm at the warehouse now. I'm just remembering not to fire any flare because we don't want any help on this. We just want to clear the cleaners and make it so nobody's in control of it. Okay, control point cleared. Warehouse will now be white on the map. Stacy's at the other one. We'll go and give Stacy a hand and make that one white as well. Okay, we have cleared it. It looks like there's a few stragglers coming in though. But if we have a look at the map here, we can see both of the control points we need to be white are white, which means as soon as we're out of combat, we can fast travel back to the bridge. There we go. And we'll wait at the bridge for the cleaners to send out an attack. So it'll be the same as before with this one. The first attack is definitely going to go to one that you need. And then the second time around, it's going to be a bit of a lottery. It doesn't normally take too long for the gun to appear, but you just need to wait a couple of minutes max. If this happens to you like it's happening to us right now, the gun just isn't appearing. We've waited a couple of minutes. You can just do what we did before. to kind of like reset the map. Just fast travel to DC and fast travel back again, or the New York map and fast travel back again. This will just kick the map into action. And after the change of a map, a gun did appear. But you do need patience with this. It can take a good 5 minutes to appear. It's not broke or anything. Just wait. It'll finally appear. We can see that this gun is now cleaners. It is attacking the ferry market control point. So again, we're just going to be doing exactly the same as we did before on the other side of the map. We're going to let the cleaners attack this control point. As soon as it's fully engaged in that control point, I'm going to run over there. I'm going to help the cleaners out this time. We'll be killing Rikers to make sure that the cleaners take control of it. But for now, we're just going to wait until they advance onto it. So something's happened that hasn't happened before, which is interesting. We got two guns. We got this gun taking over this control point, and we got another cleaner gun taking over that control point, which is very ideal. So what I'm going to do is, this gun's nearly approaching this one now. I'm going to go and help the cleaners take over that control point. By the time I've done that and turned that into a cleaner control point, hopefully this one is still up, and we can go straight over to there and help them take over that. That is very, very handy. Now, this is unlikely to happen for you, but if it does, it's good to know that it can. It's the first time I've seen that happen. So these cleaners here, they're just getting locked in on this control point now. So again, I'm going to wait for the gun to stop moving. When it stopped moving, I know they are there. We're going to run over there. We're going to help them out, just like we did earlier with the Rikers when it was the cleaner control points. But this time it's the cleaners on the Rikers control points. So we will be focusing Rikers only and leaving the cleaners alive so we can turn it into a cleaner control point. So a few more seconds, this will be locked in. And there we go, the gun stopped moving. So I'm going to mark that control point. I'm going to head over there. Okay, so we're at the control points. Again, this time I'm focusing on Rikers. I'm going to leave the cleaners alive. We're wanting to turn it into a cleaner control point. And as the control point is being attacked, just like before, once we do clear out all of the Rikers, we will have to go through a defensive stage, and we will need to defend it. And that will happen now. We've just cleared the Rikers out. We're going to try and capture where the Rikers spawn in.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Quite a lot of red on the map. I'm not sure. Maybe it's down here. Nope, it was from down here. Once we've cleared all the Rikers now, this should just automatically turn in. There we go, a cleaner control point. So, we're going to try and catch the other one. We'll just double check. That is controlled by cleaners. Bring it up on the map, and we can see that's a cleaner control point. As we've got this second gun, though, going to the other control point, we're going to try and just get in on that as well. Now that's a cleaner control point. That won't change. That will stay as a cleaner control point for us. There's no rush with that one now. We're just trying to capitalize on the fact that cleaners also went for this one. So we can get a 2-for-1 deal here, which will save some time. So they're still here. They're locked in. They're engaged. We're going to support the cleaners again to take over this one. So just like with the other one, we're not going to kill any cleaners. We're just going to focus on Rikers and help the cleaners capture it. And again, as it is engaged in an attack, you will have to defend off some more Rikers.
Detecting additional hostile
So just going to try and catch where they spawn. They're spawning over here. And then when the last Riker dies, this will turn into a cleaner control point. As we can tell by looking on the edge of the area, or going on the map, we now have 2 cleaner control points in this area. That worked out very well. So Stace, you can jump on me now, and what we're going to do is take them both over. We will call in for allies, and we'll take over the 2 cleaner control points. Yeah, that's 1 down. So with that being taken over as a cleaner control point, as long as you've already taken these 2 over as cleaner control points, you're on 3 out of 4. The last one now is going to be this one. Now, we got very lucky with that. As you saw in the first half of this, though, when we were doing the Riker ones, at this point, you'd reset the map, you'd make these white again, and it'd be a lottery as to what the cleaner chose to take over next, and we'd want them to take over the one that we still needed. And you just keep on fast traveling between, like, DC map and this map until they chose the right one. But lucky enough, we had 2 for 1, so we're just going to go over to that one now and take this one over to finish off the set. And there we go. That'll be 4 for 4 on cleaners and the commendation done. And that is it for the video. I do hope it's been helpful. Like I said at the start, I have covered this commendation in 2 other videos. One on the VOD channel, one in the full commendation guide here on this channel. And people are still asking the question. They're saying that they're still confused. I did do a lot more cuts previously when I've mentioned this. I hope this video today with minimum cuts and not cutting out anything important, showing me doing it again step by step. I know we got lucky there with the 2 guns at the end, but hopefully you get it. If there are any more questions, do post down below. I'll try and help and answer them as best as I can. But now this is the end of the video. I've got a few plugs for you, so feel free to cross away if you don't want to listen to them. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a like and drop a comment, because every bit of engagement is going to help push the video through the YouTube algorithm, so I appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with future content from myself. Right next to that, you'll also find a join button as well. Becoming a channel member is a great way to support me even more and unlock exclusive Discord access with myself. Lastly, don't forget to check out the video description for my Discord links and come and join the community. As always, I truly appreciate your time, and until next time, take care.